Hey y'all, it's Tara here, aka Tara Lie Love. This is magic. This is a CGM or a continuous glucose monitor, and it's my brand for this one is a Dexcom. There are some pumps out there like the Animas Vibe that has this included in it. But I myself, I've never had one of those, but I actually think I would prefer this in addition to my Animas Ping pump. Because when I have my Animas Ping pump and this separate, I can actually still use my, what is it called? My tester kit that syncs up with my Animas Ping pump. And that just works better for me. So, hey everybody. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about how Dexcom has changed my life. If you have stories you want to share, here's my sensor right there. I love it. I either put it on my belly or on my arm. And if you can see that, the pink one underneath there and then the purple one over top, I can actually wear this for a month. And I don't get infections. I know you're only supposed to wear it for 7 days, but I can actually, I've trained myself on how to be able to wear it for longer. And I've talked with many other type 1 diabetics, and they do the same. So, and these are actually called Grip Grips. Shout out to Grip Grips. I love them. They're amazing. I want to tell you, I got this. Well, first I got my insulin pump back in October in 2004 or 2013. Sorry. And then I got my Dexcom and my sensor here that summer, so that July. Let's see. My blood sugars were pretty up and down when I first, like before I got my pump and all of this. And my dad kept saying to me, Tara, you should really get the CGM, the Dexcom, because you have lows through the night and it would save time and help you because they live 2 hours away. I'm 30 years old. I live on my own. I have a husband. Some nights he does work, shift work. So, you know, who knows? Anything can happen. And this has literally saved my life many, many times. And it has, you know, allowed me to have a tighter controlled A1C, tighter controlled daily and hourly, minutely blood sugars, which I love. It makes me very happy. For me, since 2013, my A1C was at 9.8. And for those of you type 1 diabetics, you know what an A1C is, where you go in and they draw blood and they send it away for testing to see the average of your blood sugars over either 3 months or 6 months or even a year sometimes. And I personally think the best way to go about that is to do it every 6 months for me. I used to do it every 3, but now I'm good with every 6. My endocrinologist and I have a really good understanding, and my diabetes nurse and diabetes dietitian, Lisa and Darlene, are lovely, and Dr. Tugwell, shout outs. They're fantastic. They're a wonderful team. I really appreciate it. And I know I'm doing my research on type 1 diabetes, and I'm a graduate student at St. Mary's University here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I am finding out a lot of information on type 1 diabetes that I had no idea about, and I want to share it with you. So, for me, like I said, my A1C, it was much higher. It was at 9.8, and it took about 2 years with the Dexcom and the Animas Ping and my control as well, exercising every day and eating healthy. My A1C came down. It is, my most recent one is 6.6, which I cried when I found that out every time when it was like, because it had never been below 7 before, and it's supposed to be below 7.0 to be a healthy type 1 diabetic. Um, so for me, those were monumentous times in my life, and I just keep trying to excel to make it better because I consider myself a healthy type 1 diabetic or healthy T1D. And if you want to be a healthy T1D, my advice to you would be talk to your doctor about getting a Dexcom. I know the myth out there is some people just wear it every so often when they're like going on a trip so that they don't go too high too often or too low. But for me, this and this go hand in hand. I wear them both like 24/7. I never take them, well, I change them when I need to. And like I said, I wear this for a month and then I change it. Longer than a month is typically not that safe, I don't think, and I keep it very clean. I am very good with it. You can get this wet, just like the Animus Ping, but you cannot get this wet, so you just have to be careful with that. And talk to your doctor about it because it is fantastic. If you want your A1C down and you want to be a healthy type 1 diabetic, who doesn't, do it. Ask them. Ask them how you can go about getting it. For me, I'm with Sun Life, and it's covered, and that's under my husband's plan. That's covered up to 80%, and we pay out of pocket, so it does cost a pretty penny. So it's around like $600 for, I think, 2 boxes of 4 sensors in each. So for me, that means that 4 of these equals 4 months worth. So when I get 2 boxes, that's 8 months worth. And then I just get enough for the year. So 3 boxes a year at like $1,000 isn't that bad. So I've worked it out. I've figured it out. Like, if it wasn't healthy for me, if it was giving me infections or I was dealing with anything, I want to be the healthiest I can be. So I would not, put myself in a detrimental situation. So, let's see, what else was I going to say? If you have any questions or anything at all you want to talk about if you have a Dexcom, let me know below. Subscribe to my page. Like, I'm just going to be sharing either each day, every other day, or every week, a new post, a new video on my YouTube channel about type 1 diabetes and the health and just me being healthy and how it works for me, because I want to help all of you. I want to share my secrets and how I am able to live a healthy, wonderful, active lifestyle, doing whatever I want, just like anybody who is normal. Who is normal anyway? I say there's no such thing as normal. I would much prefer to be awesome. So instead of saying, oh, is that normal? Say, is that awesome? Is that my kind of awesome? I don't know. I want to be awesome, so yeah. So to be awesome for me, have a Dexcom, have an Animus Ping, or whichever pump works for you. I know I was to Camp Reunion this past weekend, and we were talking about Dexcoms. I was telling my friend, longtime friend, Shannon, myself and another co-counselor from the past, camp staff, was saying, you should really get onto the Dexcom. And she said she had tried other ones, but they just weren't working for her. I forget the exact name, but I said the Dexcom works like a charm. And the other lady said that she had the same one, Dexcom, and it works for both of us, and it would work for anyone in any diabetic situation, like type 1Ds, of course, maybe type 2s. I'm not familiar with type 2 diabetics. I know the difference. So it really peeves me off when people think they're the same thing, just like any of you are already aware of. Another pet peeve of mine is when people say, diabetes, with the mustache, diabetes. It's diabetes, okay? Because we're going to beat this thing until we find a cure. And until then, we're going to beat it with kindness and love and take care of ourselves and we're Diabetics, okay? So, the other one thing that I was going to say is there's a thing on the Dexcom that there's 2 alarms. So if you see that red line, that's my low alarm. And if you see the yellow line, that is my high alarm. And for me, after seeing, I think it was like Surfing with Diabetes, something, Surfing with Sugars, something, it's called that, on Facebook. I forget their name, I apologize. You know who you are. Love you. They were saying how if you keep your levels together, and trust me, this was after a while of, you know, practicing this, educating myself on this, figuring out what was healthy and what wasn't. I used to have my high alarm at 8.0, and my low has always been the same at 4.0. But now my high alarm, if you can see, is 6.8. 6.7 actually, sorry, because 6.8 says that I'm a little bit high because I catch my blood sugar from getting to even like 8 or 10 because it lets me know at 6.7 that it's going up, and it shows you arrows. So like diagonal up, level, going down, double arrows up, 1 arrow up, and double arrows down, 1 arrow down. So you can control your sugars as well as you want to be. Do not make excuses. I am a type 1 diabetic. I used to make some excuses. Now I'm not anymore. I'm embracing this. I can do anything any other awesome, aka normal, person can do, and so can you. So leave your comments below, subscribe to my page, Tara Lyle Love, and I'll talk to you next time. Mwah!